Hi, guys. Welcome to the Idea Lab. This is Brad Sitton.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm Brian Sitton. We're with Crowd Control Games. And we've got some software here that's going to help you put Instagram stuff into your youth ministry. Some of the things you can do with this is interesting. There's two pieces of software. One that's actually going to grab images off of Instagram, and one that's going to let you display. Now, once you've actually grabbed it onto your hard drive, you can do lots of stuff with it. This is just one example, one scenario. But we'll talk about first how to use the software and kind of what it does, but then some of the implications of what that means to your youth ministry, because it's actually pretty profound, and you really need to think through how can you maximize social media in getting kids out there talking about it. Because if you can get into their feeds, you're getting into all their other friends, and you're getting their friends connected into what message you want to send. So it's kind of some neat stuff. So we'll just jump into this fantastic software called
Instaplayer.
Hey, okay.
Do you want to start with Instagrabber actually first?
Well, actually, let's just go through this real quick.
Okay.
What this does is just a real simple way of displaying software, or displaying pictures, right? So imagine you've got all these Instagram photos, and you want to show them somewhere. The neat thing about Instagram is you can see them on your phone. It's awesome. You might be able to see it on your desktop. But if you ever want to show them up on a big screen, it's kind of hard to do that. Some of you guys might have monitors or something out in your lobby or something where all your kids congregate on a Wednesday night or something. This is a fantastic way to show pictures of them. They get excited about it. You can put this up. And so we'll just kind of walk through some of the basic functionality. Up in the upper right corner, there's an on-off screen, and you can turn the screen on and off. Traditionally, this screen will be located on your laptop, and whenever you hit on, it will automatically throw it onto the secondary desktop, so it looks fantastic, right? You don't have to worry about resizing it. It's just like PowerPoint or MediaShout or one of those. You hit the button, and it goes over to your secondary screen. So if we can get that display back up here, I'll kind of walk you through some of the other. And this is just showing some basic stuff. What it's going to do is first, you're going to select a folder, and you're going to say, where are these pictures located at? We use Dropbox a lot. If you're not using Dropbox, you should. Dropbox is fantastic. It's cloud storage, so that way everyone on your team can be submitting stuff, sharing stuff. Dropbox is a fantastic. We should probably just do a whole nother talk about that one. But anyway, we've selected any folder on your desktop, Dropbox, whatever, and Brad's going to pick one out here on his desktop, and it's called Insta13Nash. Yeah. So these are all the photos in that desktop. Whenever it loads, it says real quick there are 66 photos in that directory, so you kind of know how many photos are out there. And based upon the number of photos that are out there, you can pick the number of rows in the layout. So if you've only got a handful, you might want to do this one-up version, that one-up version, and that just scrolls them across pretty slow, nice and easy if you've only got a handful, and it'll just loop through those all night long. If you want to do a little bit more, you can do 2 at a time, which looks kind of cool. One of my personal favorites is 3-up.
Ooh, 3-up,
yes,
that's
huh?
nice.
And you might even notice this, we'll use it in the big screen, and they have a very innovative way. Big Stuff Camp's been doing it all summer long. CIY used it. They're using it over here. It's just a neat way to show some stuff, and they actually put a logo right across here that you can do in this display as well, but you'll see that when you walk in tonight. And the other one is 4 rows. Huh? It's like 3 rows, but one more.
That's
But
amazing.
Wait, that's not all. There's one more row. And so what you can do also is you've got this option to select a custom logo. So if you can browse for it, or you just hit it, and whenever it does that, you can make this image, and it will show up on top of all this. So if you've got a youth group logo, if you've got a church logo, maybe there's a camp event. Imagine this. You go to camp. You have a fantastic summer at camp. You take some photos from camp. You got all kinds of people have been emailing you. You send them in, and you want to display them some Sunday at church, right? You get the summer camp logo. You put that on top. You put all these kids' photos, and it's just out there looping out in your lobby or in your screen or as people are walking in, and you've just got all these photos out there, and it's just a fantastic way to say, hey, kids, send me your photos. We want to put them up on here. You can also, if you don't have, are you making something right now?
No, I'm just going to grab.
He's going to do something right now on the fly because he can do that. Brad's pretty awesome.
No, never mind. Not awesome. Not awesome. Never mind.
Never mind. The other thing you can do, if you don't have any graphics, you're like, you know what? I can't even work graphics. I don't know what that is. I don't know the difference between a JPEG and a PNG file, which you should. Okay. The other thing, there's a little text option right here, and that just literally you can just type in some text. And what's really nice is if you are using Instagrabber and you want to put some Instagram photos in here, you put the hashtag up there and it shows up, or you can just do blank. So now you might be wondering, well, how do I get these awesome pictures into this software?
There's
Well,
small, medium, large, too.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you want your logo small, medium, that's fine. Or if you want large, we got all 3. Just kind of a neat thing. And that's just a quick one. The graphic logo is definitely the way to go. It's fantastic. But if you don't have that and you're in a hurry, throw it up there.
So, Brian, how do you get the images into this amazing
I
layout?
am so glad you asked that. We have another app called Instagrabber. Now, just so you know, we do actually sell this on our website. It's like $15. It's really cheap. You can install it on Macs, PCs, Linux, if anyone's running that anymore.
You can't run it on Linux.
No one's even did that. Anyone even heard of Linux? This little penguin guy? Okay. Let's go ahead and close. Show this. Let's pop up the Instagrabber UI. Okay. Now, when you first launch this, it's blank right here, and this is a very, 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 very simple UI. Up in the top, you got a little place where you can put in your hashtag. We put in NYWC and hit search. Exactly like searching out on Instagram. We use the Instagram APIs. It's the exact same kind of stuff. Now, here's the thing. We only show public images, right? If you've got some kids who have private accounts and they're posting private pictures, we can't see those. We don't want to see those. Those are private. We're not even going to show those. We're not going to get into any of those issues. Kids, if you want to share them, make your account public, and we can do that, and you can share them up here. So you just type in whatever tag you want. You hit search. We're going to type in NYWC and hit search, and it's going to slowly. We got some kind of speedy Wi-Fi here, and it's going to start populating here. What it will also do is, wow, that's a really slow Wi-Fi. What we'll also do, just like on Instagram, it'll show you some other similar searches.
Well,
so that way,
that's weird.
Who just did
someone,
that?
That is
Who
that
did
someone
that?
hashtagged
Who's doing
it,
that?
and
Did you just do that?
That is awesome.
That's crazy.
That was
Okay.
crazy.
That just happened. Okay, so it's pretty quick too. You can just stack things really quick. That was funny. Thank you.
Well done.
That was not
Well
even
played on the
planned.
front
It's not
row.
planned, and we don't even
Well
know
played
how
on the
that
front
happened. Okay, so oh look, that was from the last session too. It's crazy.
guys
It's
are
like
awesome
real
out
time.
there.
It's real time. It happens so fast. And this is actually. It can happen like this in your youth group as well. And this is what's kind of cool. So we'll go through the functionality real quick. You type in a search term,
okay.
hit search. Now what you want to do is down here at the bottom, down here at the very bottom, there's a select folder. And you're going to select any folder you want to. Ideally, you will select the same folder to save to that you're displaying from Instaplayer, right? So you save them into a folder, and then you display them out of that exact same folder. Very streamlined.
And what's great about that is if you are using Dropbox, you could have 4 or 5 different computers all working together, and then Dropbox would sync all those folders together. So you could have your playback computer in the auditorium, and you could be on your laptop at home updating everything, and then Dropbox would sync them all together.
Yeah,
very,
that's a very
cool.
good point. And the other thing is what we do is whenever we download, so what's going to happen is you select your folder, and if you say, I really like that picture, I'd like to use that, you just click on it, click, it's just saved to your hard drive. You like that one? Click. You like that one? Click. Click. You're just clicking on all those, and it just saves immediately to your hard drive. The nice thing is we use the exact same file name that Instagram uses. So that way, if you and a friend are both doing this on 2 separate laptops, grabbing these, if Brad likes the picture and I like the picture too, it's only going to show up once because it's the same file name. It's just going to ride on top of itself. The other thing you can do is it only loads about 25 at a time, and so you'll just kind of slow it because if you do a search for 3,000, you don't want your computer to sit there and get bogged down trying to load 3,000 images. So it'll just page through that. There's also a save all, which will just automate it. If you can say, you know what, I think I just want all these. I'm just going to eyeball these. I hit save all, and it's just going to load through all those, and you can just walk away from your computer, get a cup of coffee, get some Mountain Dew, whichever type you are, and it'll just save all those to your hard drive. But no matter what, every single time, you want to review the photos before you display them. Come on now. Seriously, folks. Review the photos before you display them. There's some things that'll get you in trouble and some things that'll get you fired. You want to make sure that doesn't happen.
We don't want to go into that right now.
You don't want that. And so you can do all that here. Now, here's what I think is profound is this. Our youth minister, because I wrote this kind of playing around. Me and Brad was like, hey, this would be kind of a fun thing. We're using this for head games. If you guys have ever played head games, right? You want to get everyone's picture into head games. You can't just say, hey, guys, we're playing some games right now. Everyone take a selfie, tag it in whatever name of the game you're playing is. It shows up there, and then all of a sudden, even if you're at camp with 3,000 people, if they all take their own selfie and tag it, you can grab every single one of those people, and then you can play games with those people in head games. So you can just get those. They can volunteer that way. But what we've also done is our youth group was doing something on like being courageous. And he said, hey, you know what? Take photos of yourself being courageous and tag it Quake Courageous, because our youth group is called Quake. And that night, he starts looking at him, and we had like 85, 100, 110, the number just kept scrolling, of all these kids who were taking pictures of themselves just being goofy and silly, right? Doing these really, crazy things, and they're hashtagging themselves. And that's out in their feeds, and their friends are making comments on that. Oh my gosh, that looks so fun. What are you guys doing? Oh, we're doing this thing at youth group tonight. It's going to be awesome. And the next thing you know, every single one of the kids that took this picture, their feeds are seeing that. Every one of their friends that follow them on Instagram see that stuff, and they start having this conversation. It forces the conversation, and your tag that's got your logo and your branding and whatever thing you're doing that Wednesday night is in there, and then all of a sudden they're in the conversation. You're doing things that gets your kids' friends into the conversation that you want to have. It's fantastic. And then all of a sudden they can have these natural conversations. Oh, we're doing this on Wednesday nights. We're talking about being courageous because, in the Bible it says this. And you can do some fantastic stuff with that. So if you can leverage social media to get your kids talking to their friends about your things, that is a home run. And this is just one way we think you can do that. So,
And one last thing, the way when you finally do your final update, as we're clicking on more photos in here, I just keep on clicking. As I'm loading them in here, if we go back to Insta Player, you'll see that now we've got 70 photos in there. If I hit update, now I've got 82. So it's just that's how you update the photo. So that's Insta Player. That's Instagrabber.
If you got any questions, stop by sometimes. Thanks so much. That was Insta Player and Instagrammer. Go get some.